welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's live content, we're gonna talk about BTC, and then we're also gonna talk about altcoin mainly. But Bitcoin is looking a little scary, right? But only just about like 5% drop from the top, right? The last let's say 12 hours. So from 54.22 to like 5,000, right? So it's not a big deal. So, but we're gonna take a look at Bitcoin, and then at the same time we're going to take a look at the altcoin, right? But first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at coin market cap. Before that, let's go back to BTC. The current price of BTC is just about 51.61 on Binance, and then might be low or high on Bitstamp, right? So today's low is just about like 5100, right? So and today's high was let's see, just about 53.32, right? So you guys know how to check the coin market cap, right? So I just like to take a look at the coin market cap before we start our live stream. So Ethereum is only down 5%, versus BTC it looks bad, but versus the dollar it only looks okay, right? So you take only like in the top 50, you can even like see a double digit drop on the top 50, right? Only August is dropped like 10%. So it's not a big deal versus the US dollar. But when you take a look at the price versus BTC, most of them are like really down, right? So but let's go ahead and take a look at the price action of BTC. First of all, let's remove everything. Let's go to the lower time frame, like an hourly time frame. Okay. Like right after we hit 54, let's say 54.22, we saw a massive drop on the BTC price, right? But I don't think it's a big deal. This drop, first of all, we got a big support from the 50 EMA on the hourly time frame. And then we came back, we tested 100 EMA. Now we're moving sideways, right? If you watch my previous live stream, I said like BTC gonna be moving sideways just like that, and then we're gonna drop to the downside, push back to the upside, and retest this area. So like let's say we cannot break this area again, that would be like the final initial indication of like we might be heading lower, right? But we have to retest this area. You can see like the volume is decreasing, price is increasing. That's a good sign, right? Just like on the weekly time frame, you remember like on the weekly time frame, BTC was going up, right? All of a sudden we got this like a push to the upside, but the volume was going down, right? Let me show you. But volume was going down on the weekly time frame. All of a sudden we got that 1000% move to the upside, right? And then volume was going down. I gave you like a very detailed analysis of like why BTC was about to break out, right? So volume was going down, price was going up. All of a sudden we got a big volume to the upside. Everybody was screaming like we got a big volume. I told you like volume was about to come in, right? So but I'm not concerned about this 5% drop. Like let's see, it's not even 5%, right? Let's see, it's only like, yeah, it's about 6% drop, right? But so you can even feel it, like, because when you take a look at the price action on the Binance, it only shows you like a 2.5% drop, right? Because it's 24-hour trading, that's why. But it's a 5% drop the last 12 hours. So it's not, let's see, not even 5%. If you take into account like the current price of BTC, just about like 51.54, it's like 4.8% drop. So it's not a big deal. We most likely be moving sideways and retest this area. It's gonna be very challenging, right? I said it like on my live stream. It's gonna take some time before we get back to 54.50. As soon as we got that drop, somebody say it's dumping, right? And I say it's okay, right? Because we're gonna be moving sideways, a push to the downside, just like that. That's exactly what I said, man. We're going to be moving sideways, a push to the downside, get back to this area and move up, right? So push down and a big move to the upside. So it is pretty critical. Let's take a look at the 15 minutes 15 minutes time frame. And then we have to take a look at the RSI at the same time. Let's take a look at it. 15 minutes. 15 minutes looking weak, right? So, but it's okay. We could be making a double bottom on the 15 minutes, just about like 5100. We got a big support just about a 5100, right? Let's take a look at the RSI. The 15-minute RSI could be making a divergence. It would be a good sign, right? Let's see. We're gonna get this divergence. BTC gonna retest 5100, and then we're gonna see how strong this 5100 support going to be, right? On the 15-minute chart, volume is extremely low, right? So you can expect like some volatility very soon. You can see that volume is depleting. It is depleting, so it's not gonna be depleting forever. Either like once we get to this area, we're gonna get like a big move to the upside with like a very aggressive bullish candle, because I don't think we're gonna break this 5100 with a very aggressive bearish candle. So if that's the case, we're just gonna have to reassess our judgment. But I don't think like we're gonna break this 5100 with a aggressive bullish candle, right? So like that. Let's make it red, because we're already down like 5%, right? So you gotta think about it, right? We're already down 5%. So we're already, so I don't think like we're gonna make this a big move to the downside. It's just gonna be like a slow motion to the to 5100, right? The current price is, we're already at 5100, right? So let's see, just about 5140, so just about 1% drop, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the bigger time frame now, the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. The weekly time frame now is only the middle of the week. The volume is almost like, let's see, just about like 140, right? So and then last week volume was like 420, trading volume BTC, right? So it was like 420. So it's the middle of the week, so I don't expect like much from BTC, because in order to drop very hard, like let's say to 4500, 4300, the selling pressure has to increase, right? And then we're not even like 150 yet, so it's not even half, right, of last week volume. Last week was like 420, so half of that would be like what, 210, right? We're not even like 210 yet, like a selling pressure. So in order to get like a big selling pressure, you would be expecting at least BTC to get like a 200, like let's say, I would say like at least like 200, right? 200 trading volume like BTC. So but I don't think like we're gonna get like more than 250. So I don't see like a big selling pressure. So it is at least a good sign, right? BTC could be like sitting just about this area, very undecided, until like Sunday, and then we're gonna see like where we're heading next, right? So let's take a look at it. Let's see, we're gonna take a look at Altcoin, right? So let me know if you can hear me, right? Because I wasn't like, excuse me, let me know if you can hear me, because I wasn't looking at the chat room. So hey, what's up Andrea? What's up Santos? ¿Cómo estás? You got that's a beautiful chart, man. The weekly chart is extremely beautiful. Like I was telling you like a couple of weeks ago, you remember when I was saying like volume is not, you cannot look at volume as a constant constantly increasing, right? So I said like volume gonna be moving sideways. All of a sudden we're gonna get a big move to the upside, right? And then we're gonna get another sideways movement on the volume. Let's change the color, just like that, right? We could be getting this sideways movement on the volume, like very low volume, just about like on Binance, right? Let's say just about like 175 to 200, right? 1,000, right? For a couple more weeks before another big move to the upside with a 400,000 BTC volume, right? So But I don't see BTC dropping back to let's say 3900 this week or next week. So we're gonna get a big support just about 47 or 4703, and then also we're gonna get another support just about 4550. So all right, thank you, Andrea, being my friend. All right, so let's go ahead and if you guys want me to take a look at some altcoin, let me know, because this live stream gonna be very short. It's not much going on, but most likely we're gonna get a big rebound from altcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADA, because ADA was looking strong versus BTC. Let's see, ADA looking strong, very undecided candle just about this area, a push to the downside, right? So that's a weekly chart, so it's not a bad deal, right? It's not a bad idea to just come back down. Just like we said, we should be getting a big support from like 1450 from ADA. I think that's what I said last time, right? I deleted the chart. So but I believe like we are gonna get a support from 1450, right? The RSI is back to this level, not over, you know, just about like 53. So I said that we're gonna get like some correction just about this area, right? That's what I said on my previous live stream, just about this area. So let's see if ADA gonna be able to be moving sideways from now on. But I don't think we're gonna be moving sideways, because it seems like we are gonna make a double correction on the price also, right? Just like that. And then we're gonna get a support from this 50 EMA, which is just about like, it's gonna be just about like 1450 in that range, right? So let's remove the volume. Right, so for some reason the chart is looking weird. Let's remove this. Okay, so let's take our Faber retracement, see what we said last time, right? So just about 15, right? 15, the most we can get is just about 1400, which is you know, just about a 0.618, right? So 0.618 is just about 1400. So ADA for ADA, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at XLM. XLM BTC on Binance, right? So you take a look at XLM. As we said, I didn't even delete the chart, right? I said like XLM gonna get some correction just about here, probably gonna break it right to the downside. That's what I exactly said. I didn't even change the screen, right? And then the R side, most likely we're gonna get a divergence, so we could be waiting for a divergence on the R side. Let's see. All right, so we did say like exactly we were just about this area of a 0.618. Now we retesting this area of a 0.786, right? So the market already down like this much, and then most of us didn't even feel it, right? So because you know we went up so much, like XLM went up like, let's see, I think like 40% or so. XLM went up like 45%, right? In like just about like February to just about a month, right? It went 45%, a 0.618 pullback. So not 0.618, but 0.786 pullback. So you could be expecting a divergence. So it's going to be tough for XLM to pull back right now, because of this this move is very critical for XLM, right? So let's see. I don't like this move on XLM. I really don't. I don't like this move. Moving below is an area for 50 MA now. No divergence. RSI is not oversold yet. So we could be retesting just about this area of support for XLM, right? Like 2172, right? 2172. Let's see if XLM going to be able to make a double bottom from this area of 2172, but it doesn't look good at all. Even you know, ADA looks better than XLM at the you know, at the time. I mean currently, right? So ADA looks better. So XRP, OMG, Aion, Stratus, OneChain. All right, we're gonna take a look at them. We're gonna take a look at XRP definitely. XRP was looking interesting recently, right? So OMG, Aion, Strat, and one. I have to write it down, otherwise I'm just gonna forget, right? So let's go ahead and talk about Nano, and then we're gonna take a look at XRP. Yeah, market is pretty down, but I think like we're gonna get a big rebound very shortly. As you can see, like I said, like Nano gonna come back and retest this area on my previous you know, live stream, right? As I showed you, right? I said like most crypto starting like on the first or second in that range, right? They pushed to the downside. Some of them they failed. They just dropping, just like excellent OneChain, right? But Nano was able to push back to the upside and force through, right? Went up like almost like 10-15%. Let's see. You guys know how much it went up, right? So like 22%, right, after the breakout. So it was a pretty big deal, right? So because you think about it, right? Nano went up like, let's see, went up almost 40% versus BTC, right? After the BTC breakout, like after this on the second, right? The second to just about like the 10th, 9th, right? Let's say the 9th, right? That's like almost a week. It went up like almost 40% versus BTC. It's a pretty big deal. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what type of correction Nano gonna be making. But as up, I mean, let's see. Right now, let's wait for Nano to get back to this area of 50 MA. Most likely it's gonna retest it, but we got a big support just about this area on the RSI. We could break it, right? Break this RSI and jump back into it, right? So while price just gonna drop, and then we're gonna get this support from the 50 MA and then this previous low, just about this area of 26 to 25, right? It wouldn't be a bad idea for Nano to come back and retest like a 27,000 sats. So, but it is pretty. It's not bearish. It's just like pulling back basically. But until we break this area of like, let's say 23, I wouldn't say like Nano is bearish. So, because you gotta remember, most of the alt they back to this area, right? Like a PPT and almost like a XLM, right? They're almost back to this area. So let's go ahead and talk about XRP. Do I expect a rebound? I mean, I'm expecting a rebound from the market like the next 24 to 72 hours, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't expect like a big rebound like in the next like 12 hours, but I'm saying like at least like 24 hours, because all the coins I've been monitoring, they're pretty much red, like all the 40 coins. So that's a good sign. All of them red at the same time. So we should see like some greenness, at least like 1/3 of them should be green like tomorrow. And then, after that, I'm looking for a full green, like a, candle from all those coins the next 24 to 72 hours. So before the weekend, basically, right? Before the weekend, we should see like a Altcoin rebounding. So let's go ahead. XRP, let's see. We got this support, I put this support like yesterday on my live stream, and then we just got, rebounding from this support just about like 6,000, right? I think we retested 6,100 today. So that's the first time we retest that's the first time we retest 6,100, right? So, and I said it like XRP gonna be making this divergence, like it wouldn't be a bad idea, right? On my live stream, I said we're gonna be making this, push to the downside. Our side is still gonna be strong, even though it's pretty much weak, right? You know what I mean, like strong, right? So I'm pretty tired. So, but you can see like it is pretty strong, right? But it is strong at a very dangerous area. Not dangerous, but this area is pretty bearish. So, but it is showing some sign of strength, at least for the short term, right? So let's see if XRP gonna be able to rebound. I'm looking for a 10 to 15% rebound at least, right? So at least from XRP, let's say the next market run up, at least XRP gonna be able to close before the next bearish momentum, right? Because let's say this area on a daily time frame, I want to see XRP close above this area for the next market run up. Because you gotta think about, the market is not bearish at the moment, like the past 24 to 48 hours. You know, the market is just down, but I don't want to say it's bearish, it's just down, right? So, but we're gonna get a run up, and then hopefully XRP gonna be able to make this 30% move, and then makes everybody happy, right? At least for the short term. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about Litecoin. LTC. It's gonna be a very short live stream, guys. It's kind of late, and then I just wanted to give a quick recap, because I know some of you guys are like, you know, the time zone is different. So some of you like, you know, like, what's your time zone, guys? Let me know what's your time zone, because it's like 4:15, right, AM. Funks, you say you shorted BTC? Yeah, I do sleep. I gotta go to bed now. It's 4 AM, so I gotta go to bed. So, but you take a look at Litecoin, you know, pushing to the downside, no sign of a correction. So I don't think like this drop gonna be like vertical like that. We're gonna get some rejection back up, right? So let's say we're gonna get this type of move. We're gonna get a support from the 50 EMA, and then we're gonna move back up, right? It depends like how far we're gonna get, but once we get a support from this 50 EMA, we're gonna update the price. But I'm looking for a rebound from Litecoin from this area of 50 EMA, right? So let's say the 50 EMA is just about 0.015. Let's say 0.0146, right? I don't know, you know, its price in dollar value, but versus BTC 0.0146, right? So, which is just about another, let's see, that's a lot. That's another like 8%, right? So that's a lot though, but we're gonna have to get some rebound. We're gonna have to rebound, right? We're not gonna just drop like all of a sudden, just drop like that, right? After a big run to the upside, we're not gonna drop just like that, right? So we're definitely gonna make some ABC correction, you know, and then, you know, attempt to get back to that area at least, right, for the short term. So it's 6:19 p.m. We're 6:19 p.m. 10:19 Santos. You guys gotta give me a city, right? A city or country at least, right? I already talked about ADA. I'm going to talk about ADA again, right? Give me a city, and then you know, a time zone. Let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum, because I just saw like somebody said like Ethereum gonna break down, so which I think is not ETH BTC. I think I was watching the traveling crypto, something like that. Crypto traveler, I can't even remember, but let's see. Let's see. I can't find it. I can't find that video. So, but let's go back to Ethereum. But he said Ethereum gonna be dropping like you know, soon, but because the volume is pretty low. Australia. Oh, okay, that's pretty far, man. Oh, hey David, what's up? So you take a look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum is making a nice correction just about this area, right? We pushed to the downside after BTC started to move to the upside, right? A retest fell. Now let's see if Ethereum going to be able to retest this area, right? It's a big area of support. It's not going to be a big deal. So it is not going to be a big deal. It's just going to be a normal correction, right? For the short term. So we definitely going to make some ABC correction, you know, and then, you know, attempt to get back to that area at least, right? For the short term. So So let's push this. It looks like Ethereum doesn't want to drop to that area, but let's say if Ethereum going to make a double bottom, the R side looks like XRP just about this area, right? But XRP R side is just lower, right? XRP R side is just about this area. It make this move, right? A divergence. But look at Ethereum to the downside, push back, and looks like it's coming back down. So it's not a big deal, right? I don't see Ethereum selling out. I mean, I'm not expecting a big sell-off from Ethereum, at least for the short term, right? So I'm looking for this double bottom, just about this area, right? And then if you take a look at it, right? If you take a look at it, Ethereum made a big move to the upside, a nice correction just about this area. Try to break out, but couldn't because of BTC. So this correction is just because of BTC is pretty bullish, right? So, and you gotta think about it, even back in 2017, before Ethereum got that big run up, you know, Bitcoin had to go like to 20,000 first before like Ethereum went up like to 1,400, right? So if you guys remember, because Ethereum wasn't going hard versus BTC, you know, it waited until BTC like finished up the move, and then Ethereum like you know, started to go bullish, at least for the short term, right? I mean that time, not right now, but at least for the short term, we could be expecting Ethereum to go bullish as not a BTC makes a flag, right? Italy, what's up? What's up, Ovidio? Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about NEO first, right? NEO is also slipping very bad, man. Like it's not even responding to this sell-off. You take a look at NEO, right? NEO, we made a big push to the upside, couldn't break it, right? Like I said, we couldn't break this area. Now we're pushing back to the downside, big area of support, nice accumulation, right? So let's see if NEO gonna be able to stay within this range, at least for the short term. The R side is just like ADA, so it is looking bad. So we could be seeing like further sell-off for NEO, but we got another area of support, just about like I don't want to see NEO like below 200,000. I really don't want to see NEO below 200,000. So it has to hold strong just about this area. The crossover was kind of weak, unlike Litecoin, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, because now we below like this area of 50 EMA and above this area of 100 EMA. So unlike ADA is, you know, is just up there, right? ADA is like, you know, looking great, but could be facing some sell-off very shortly to 1400. But NEO has to hold strong just about this area. Nice accumulation move. I'm still like expecting a 1-to-1 extension from this area for NEO, you know, for the next run up. Right? It's just, I think like it's just a correction, but we just have to break this area before I turn bearish for NEO, like under like, you know, 20,000, right? I mean 200,000, right? So, but I'm expecting at least, let's see, a 1-to-1 extension, right? 1-to-1 extension, just about like 300,000, right? But right now we're sitting just about let's see, 230,000. So roughly like, you know, a 30% move to the upside, right, from this area. Let's see, yeah, just about 30% move, right, to the upside. So oh, okay, your OneChain order, I mean, I told you OneChain and ICX gonna drop to the downside. That's what we said last time, right? So you said like ICX is not gonna drop to a 700, right? I mean 7,000. ICX is just about like I think like 720 or 740. 7,400, not 740. I think that's what we talked about last time, and I said like ICX gonna retest that area. So let's go ahead and talk about ICX. I mean, I'm pretty bullish on ICX, but I said it like, you see, we exactly at 0.618, right? So I said like ICX could be retesting, you know, just about like, you know, 700, right? 700 to 750. We even like went below like you know 700. We just about like 720 right now. So I think the lowest we got was like 705. So 705. So the whole market is facing down, so we're gonna need some sign of reversal, but at the moment we don't have any sign, right? Because all of them, their RSI is just facing to the down, right? RSI is just facing to the down. We're not getting any divergence. We're not getting any double bottom. So you would be looking at you would be looking for a double bottom from ICX just like that before you move to the upside. So market could be cooling down. It's gonna be very boring for us to get another reversal. We shouldn't be breaking like below the 50 EMA. That's not good, right? At least for the short term, it's not a good sign. Yeah, EOS, I told you EOS not gonna break out, right? EOS or Tron, right? I think it was Tron. And then let's see, EOS. I think I said Tron was in a EOS BTC. Finance. Yeah, I said it like I didn't like the way EOS was sitting just about this area, but it is holding strong, right? Compared to like a Neo and Ethereum, right? So, but eventually it's gonna drop, right? It's gonna come back down to this area of 50 EMA. It's just a matter of time, right? But it's not looking good. The RSI, you know, making a double top, facing to the downside. It just has to come back and get more momentum before, you know, moving back to the upside. Because if let's say EOS falls through, it's not gonna look good, right? It's just gonna look like a Neo, right? Neo falls through, and then, you know, Neo is looking bad right now. So it has to just come back down with the rest of the market, get a support before a big move to the upside. That would be better than like trying to break out right now. So yeah, in my own opinion, right? So, but I think like EOS gonna come back down and get a support from the 50 EMA. So you would be looking at that's pretty big, about 15% drop, right? So it might not be in one day. Sometimes coins drop like 2% a day or 1% a day, so you're not even gonna feel it. So you're just gonna wake up one day and see like your portfolio down 15%, just like what the market is looking right now. So let's go ahead and talk about OneChain. One BTC. Yeah, OneChain had that. Let's see. OneChain got that. Let's see. Let's get a clean chart. Okay, you take a look at OneChain, right? OneChain, after this, you know, the 1st of April, right? A push to the downside, right? A nice ABC correction, but we're not getting any reversal sign, right? Like I said, like April 1st is the most important day in crypto right now, so you got to keep that in mind. So what I'm looking for OneChain to do, I'm looking for a double bottom, you know, a double bottom, a divergence. That's what I'm looking for. So in order for OneChain to get back to that area unexpectedly, we have to make a very impulse wave to the upside, a 10 to 15% move in one day, right? And get everybody excited so we can get back to this area. Most likely going to get rejection, and then we're going to update the price, right? So we have to move back to this area of 100 EMA. So I was pretty bullish on OneChain when OneChain was just about this area, because I'm accumulating OneChain, so it really doesn't matter whether OneChain is bullish or bearish. So when OneChain was just about this area with that nice falling wedge, right? I say like OneChain gonna make that big move to the upside, and then we went up like 72%, right? And then now we almost lost everything. So let's see. So almost like, you know, lost everything, trading like almost like 15% below this area of almost 10% below this area of 0.786, right? So it is a big deal for OneChain to be dropping this much, right? And then the rest of the market most likely gonna reverse very shortly, but OneChain has to make a double bottom plus a divergence. Otherwise we could be it could look ugly, right, for OneChain. But I don't think it's gonna be very ugly for OneChain. BTC is holding strong, so let's just say BTC like stay above like 5K, most likely most of the alt, they're gonna rebound, right? At least for the short term. So look for a double bottom from OneChain. I wouldn't be very excited. I wouldn't get like very excited if I see like OneChain 5 up like 5 to 10%. I would be waiting for, you know, a retest of this area of us 8,000. So because the next area of support is just about this area of let's say 750, right? 740 to 750. So let's say we double bottom at 740, 750. Most likely we're gonna get a divergence on the R side, right? But we have to get back to 820 first before that. Basically, this is what I mean. Let me show you. We're gonna get back to 740, right? Push back to like almost 8,000. Come back down like to let's say 780 in that range, right? Before a big move to the upside. So that way, our side gonna make a very impulse wave, just like XRP, right? And then come back down before we you know, make a big move and have some fun during the rest of the spring, right? So maybe all the kids in OneChain now are gone. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Monero. Monero was looking pretty bullish, but for some reason, you know, XMR. Okay, Monero got a big support from this area for 50 EMA, so I'm not expecting a big sell-off from Monero, because Monero hasn't done anything like let's say most of these coins, they up like 40, 50%, 70%. Monero is still like, you know, moving sideways basically on a nice channel, right? So most likely we're gonna get a big support so in this area before a big rebound, because Monero just made a small run up, like let's say 15. How much was that? I think like, let's see, because I'm not holding any Monero, right? It's like 15% up, right? So it hasn't done much, right? It's just like moving sideways. It's a nice bottom formation, so eventually it's gonna break out. And once it breaks out, once we get a breakout from a Monero, we most likely gonna see like a type of run up like we got from Chainlink and Litecoin and BNB. So because they got a nice, beautiful, you know, bottom formation, right? So but I like the bottom formation. It's not doing much, but it's not, you know, it's not getting like big sell-off since like when, like the first week of November, you know, down to like mid-December. We just moving sideways. So you can expect like a big move to the upside from you know, from Monero the next run up, right? Because it's already like at this area of 50 MA. So yes, you're good on video and audio. You think Litecoin can go much lower? I mean, I don't know what you mean, like you're good on video and audio. Litecoin can go much lower. Definitely Litecoin can go much lower. I mean, Litecoin has like already like 4x, 5x, right? From 22 to 98. That's 4.5x, right? So it can go like down like to like even $75, right? It wouldn't be a big deal because, you know, most people were accumulating Litecoin at 22. So, and if you slept on Litecoin at 22, like I did, you know, thinking like Litecoin gonna get to 15, I was being cheap. But you're never gonna catch the bottom, so you're just gonna accumulate as it goes down, as it goes down, right? So let's go ahead and talk about Stratus for some reason. Let's go and talk about Stratus, because Stratus was looking great for some reason, right? And then all of a sudden last night, just about this time, I said like Stratus needed to close above 25.50. But you take a look at it, right? Just like the rest of the crypto, they cannot break this April 1st. So on my previous live stream, right, like 24 hours ago, I said like the 1st is the most important day, you know, for crypto right now, right? The April 1st, right? Because, you know, most of these crypto, they make right, they made a push to the downside, a flag, and a further downside, right? But some of them, push to the downside, a flag, and another push to the upside, right? Another category of crypto, they push to the downside, sideways correction, another push, and a false through, right? Like Tron and Nano, right? So we only got these three, not only, but these are the most common pattern we got since since the first, right? So I give you an example of OneChain, right? That's an example of Stratus, and that's an example of Nano and Tron, right? So what do we expect now from crypto, right? We have to get back to this area of April 1st, right? Because it is very important. April 1st BTC breakout, right? We saw a big breakout from BTC. On April 1st, we saw a big breakdown from altcoin. So altcoin has to get back to this area of April 1st. That's the most important date. So I talked about Stratus last night. It was very volatile. So I said like Stratus has to close above 20, 25, 50. It seemed like Stratus was listening to me, right? And then it couldn't, right? It couldn't. So we went like up to like, let's say high was 25, 30. So, and I went to bed after that. So I was just, when I woke up, I saw Stratus like just about like 22 something, 23. I was like, whoa. So Stratus most likely going to retest this area. So, but Stratus been moving sideways, just like Monero. So it's going to get a big support from this area of let's see, at 2150 in that range, right? Let's say 2150 to 21, right? 21,000 to 2150. So Stratus most likely going to get a big support from that area, because you can see this rejection we got from this area of 2150, right? So from Binance. So it is actually 21,000, but like I always said, Binance only give you like the last 4 decimals, so I like to read it like that. But you know what I mean, right? When I say 2200, it's it's 22,000 actually, right? All right, we talk about Stratus. I think somebody asked about Aion, right? Let me know if somebody asked about I think Aion, OMG, Stratus, OneChain. We talk about Stratus, OneChain. Let's go ahead and talk about OMG. Most of the time I don't talk about OMG. I used to be big about OMG. OMG, ARC, QDOM, NEBLIO. OMG is making a nice correction, right? I've been sleeping on OMG. I don't know why I never talk about OMG, but that's a nice correction, right? That is a nice flat correction. Let's see, right? Because that's the first, right? You seen like what I say, what I was just talking about, right? I said it. You see from the first, that's my first time talking about OMG, like the last maybe 6 months. So, but you take a look at it the first, right? Let me just zoom in so you can see. That's a nice correction. Maybe OMG is showing us something we haven't seen before. Nice correction. The first we break to the downside, right? You can see, right? That's the first 31st, blah blah, right? So a breakdown, a push to the upside, couldn't break it. Another, break to the downside, right? So big support. So let's see if OMG can push to the upside, right? So I'm looking for a push to the upside from OMG, and then if OMG like pushes to the upside, most likely the rest of the crypto will. Because you gotta remember, right, the pattern you're looking for is not actually in that coin you're holding. Like for instance, I'm looking for a pattern in PPT or in like OneChain or in Stratus, but what OMG going to be doing in the next couple of days, gonna give me like a pattern like a OneChain and ICX and blah 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 going to be doing, right? So but OMG has a beautiful pattern just about this area. That's my first time looking at OMG, but that's a very beautiful pattern, right? That's just a flat correction. So you can see easy flat correction. Chainlink, right? Chainlink already also got this type of flat correction, and BNB, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at BNB first. BNB. But BNB was on a big bull run, right? So you take a look at BNB. just about this area, right? BNB gave us this type of correction, right? Same exact correction. This move to the downside was just a double move, right? It pushed to the upside, it came back down, right? So, but if you understand the correction, you're just gonna say a push to the downside, another push to the upside, and nice correction, right? That's the type of correction BNB gave us, right? So I don't take a look at BNB much, but I remember, like, because I did like a very detailed analysis on BNB, so that's how I knew BNB was making this big move to the upside, right? So, and also Chainlink, let's take a look at Chainlink. I think it's link, right? BTC. Then link, let's remove everything. Chainlink give us that correction just about this area, right? Just about this area. The correction of Chainlink was just, more bearish, because you gotta think about it, like, I think it's OMG, right? OMG was able to push back up like that and come back down, but Chainlink wasn't able to push back up, so you would be thinking like we're gonna go like bearish, and then get a big support and then continue to run up. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna make a note and take a look at OMG again and see how OMG is going to be performing, because it is a nice correction. It is a nice correction up there. So, and like I said last night, right? If Stratus wasn't wasn't able to break that area of April 1st, most likely it's gonna drop to the downside, and then the rest of the crypto also gonna drop to the downside. So, but if OMG is not able to get back to this to this area, most likely it's gonna retest that area, and then all the rest of the crypto will follow, right? So all the rest of the crypto will follow back to this area of let's say March 1st, right? The first week of March. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, right? Omizigo is a great project. UK 9:30 a.m. All right, Corey. So all alt will hit the level of April 1st. Of course, if they have to go back to the upside, they're gonna have to hit it, right? Because April 1st is still in a April 1st is just like a it's just an indication, right? Like it's just a date, right? But the price was higher than the current price, so in order for the alt to go up, they have to break that price, right? So but I hope you understand what I mean. But we have to break that area, like most of the alt, they cannot break it. I said it last time just about this time, right around like 4 a.m. right, in the US time, Eastern time, right? I said if like I'm pretty bullish, but it is pretty scary, like why altcoin cannot break that area of April 1st. I mean, most of them, they cannot break it, right? You take a look at Omizigo. You gave me any coins, just mention any coin, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Mention any coins, like any random coins, right? Any random coin, just mention it. I'm waiting for it, right? Any random coin, a coin we never talked about before, not like a ADA or like EOS or Verge, or so. Just mention any coin. I know it's a little delay on the chat room. Hey Strengths, what's up, man? So I'm just gonna wait. I know you guys it's a little delay on the chat room, so because I'm watching and recording at the same time, right? So Xerox, I'm gonna take a look at Xerox. Let's take a look at Xerox, right? BTC. Okay, take a look at Xerox. It's breaking down, right? Since when? April 1st, right? It is making the same move. Who's making this move? OneChain is making this move, right? I just showed you OneChain, right? Let's go back to OneChain. You see, OneChain is making this move April 1st. It is making the same exact move just about this area, right? So it's not a coincidence. All crypto I'm dropping from April 1st, and BTC, only BTC went up on April 1st, and Litecoin and so on and so on, right? Only few of them went up versus BTC, right? On their dollar value, they might be going up. Look at this pattern right here, right? Let's take a look at Xerox again. I think ZRX. Okay, you see this, that the same exact pattern, right? So let's take a look at the extension. Just about this area. It's not even 1-to-1 extension yet. So we got a big support from 0.786, not 0.786, but 0.618. So let's see if we're gonna get a 1-to-1 extension. So, but a big support just about you know, 0.618. It's a great sign, but the R side is still not it is not showing like some sign of strength, you know. So we're just gonna have to wait and see if R side gonna be able to move sideways, right? Even if we let's say we get a oversold, it's not gonna be a big deal. It doesn't matter anymore, right? Because we're already like down like almost, let's see, almost like 25%, right? We could be down like 30% versus BTC, so it's not going to be a big deal. So we could be just setting up for something really big. So we could be setting up for something really big, because you got 3 up, right? Just about this area, a 3 down, right? That's a good sign of a bottom formation. We could be making a very big move to the upside. So we just have to be patient, right? We have to be patient versus versus BTC, right? So that's a nice formation, right? A 3 up, 3 down. So you don't expect much, but another big move to the upside. So it is just a corrective move to my, at least for the short term, it looks like a corrective move from Xerox, right? So Celebrium BTC is still too young, but it is forming a nice accumulation phase. Blah blah blah. I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay, good. Okay, good. Sell BTC. I'm gonna take a look at sell. So I think somebody mentioned Aion. I'm very familiar with Aion, so let's take a look at Aion. I think Aion is making that same pattern also. See, Aion is making the same pattern. Let's get a clean chart, right? What was it like? On April 1st, we got this big wick to the downside, right? But Aion was forcing through, just like the rest of the crypto, right? You see this big wick to the downside, that was April 1st. And then it attempted to break out, but look at it, right? Couldn't handle the pressure from BTC. All of a sudden, we got this U-turn, right? We got this U-turn. Now it's going to be that move, and then it's going to, it's going to keep coming down just about this area. At least a, 0.618 extension, right? Let's take a look at it. Where do you want to take it from, right? Let's just take a look at it from this bearish candle, right? Take a look at it. Let's click extension tool, push reverse, right? It's exactly at 0.618, right? Exactly at 0.618. So exactly at 0.618. So you can expect at least like for the short term, let's say another 10% to the downside wouldn't hurt much, right? Just about 320. So that would be like a 1-to-1 extension, right? So if you want to be more conservative, you take this entire move, not conservative, aggressive actually, right? Actually conservative, because your 1-to-1 extension going to take you down like to 300, right? So, but let's just start it with the most bearish candle after the uptrend, right? So you would be looking at like 321, just about that area, if like we want to get a 1-to-1 extension, right? So 321, and 321 is just about this area of a previous support, right? You see, it's exactly at that area, 324. This bearish candle, this correction, right? The bottom was 324, so it makes perfect sense. So I'm pretty bullish, but like guys, I'm not gonna tell you like the market gonna go up forever. Like, it's not like being honest with you and not being honest to myself, because most of this coin I'm accumulating. So it's not like you know, if I say they're gonna go up and you guys go buy it, you know, I'm gonna be profitable. No, you know, I'm not a whale, so you know, so I have to control at least my moral hazard, right? So now some people, they're gonna tell you like, oh, this coin, you know, gonna revolutionize the world, go ahead and buy it, and then you guys go ahead and buy that coin. So but I'm just telling you like what I do and what I would do, but it's not a financial advice, so keep that in mind. So Q2 will be very big for alt with all the, you know, features, news, and release like DEX, and yeah, it should be, man. I'm expecting like I said, man, I said it since February. Most people just, you know, can't think far back. Like when I said it back in February, I said like, you know, altcoin gonna be very bullish, right? I said it like since February, and most of the alt I've been covering, they went up like at least on average, like, you know, 35%, right? Some of them went up like 15%, like a Monero, but like, you know, you can remember when I was covering you know, OneChain, ICX, XLM, VChain, Nano, you know, only few of them didn't go up like you know, Sirecoin. Only even Populous went up like 35%, 25%, right? So but all of them cannot go up at the same time. That's the difference between this bull market and then you know, the 2017 bull market. So because 2017 bull market, the whole market was going up, right? The whole market was going up, 2017 bull market, right? So you got the whole market at the same time, right, going up. So all right, so just keep that in mind, right? So hey, what's up, Fong? Yeah, you're welcome, man. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, guys, if you're new to the content. You know, most of you guys, I remember you. Now I remember your name, like Andrea, HR, you know, Matt, pretty new. Never seen you in the chat room. You know, Corey, and also we got a I got a you know, what's my call it again? I even forgot, man. I'm pretty tired. Telegram group, right? So the Telegram group is underneath the description. You can join, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from, and then you know, we can interact in that room. So you know, you want to take a look at BTC, VChain, 400 million FL, say 200 EMA cross, you know, 20 EMA on BTC USD. Let's take a look at it, guys. BTC USD. Let's take a look at BTC. You say 200, right? So I have to go to a Bitstamp then, because you want to use the 200. But I don't think Binance has a I think Binance probably has 200 days now. Let's just remove everything, right? So we're gonna use, say, 200, 20, right? 20 and 200, and that's a big gap. That's 1/10, guys. That's very small. Yeah, it just crossed it, right? So that's, thank you for pointing it out, right? So because most of the time I only use like a, you know, 50 and 100, right? So that's a nice crossover, but can it last, right? But you gotta think about it, right? That's the 20 and then 100. That's a big gap. That's like the 20 and then 200. That's a big gap. So if, let's say we got a crossover, it means a lot, right? So let's go back and see last time these two trend line got a crossover. That was like we got one like March, last week of March 2018. Another push to the upside, but it's not very convincing, right? So let's see, because last time we got a crossover, we got a big sell-off, right? You can see it just about this area. So So most people are going to be bearish because they're going to be saying like this crossover, but we're just going to have to wait and see, because you remember like this time we got a double top, right? But this time we're not getting a double top, right? So just because they cross doesn't mean like it's bullish, because if you go back like almost like 12 months ago, we got a nice crossover, right? We got a nice crossover, right? But you know, BTC, you know, break to the downside. But we got a double top also, right? And then we break to the downside, right? And then this move was on the current move is more aggressive, right? So it is more aggressive, right? We got a 1,000-point move to the upside, and then also it's the same pattern. We got a almost like, let's see, from a 6,800 to let's see, to almost 8,000. That's a 1,000-point move also, right? So it's kind of like the same pattern. So I would be saying like BTC is just about this area. If you want to look at the same pattern, we just about this area, right? And then we got this entire move. Let's say we want to take this one-to-one extension. We got this entire move. Let's see. We got this entire move to go, right? So let's take it to the, come on. Let's take it to the, just about this area now. Sorry guys, I know I'm dragging the screen, so we got, let's say we have to replicate that move, right? So we could be going like to, you know, almost 7,300, right? So if you want to replicate the same move, right? Let's say that initial move was just this move, right? So we could be going like to 7,200. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, because just because we got a crossover doesn't mean like we're gonna be breaking to the downside. Hey, what's up, what's up, Lock? I was about to say Mr. Lock, but what's up, Lock? Hey, you're welcome, man. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you find the content useful, right? It's for free, guys. It's for free. It's 4 a.m., like almost 5 a.m. in Augusta, Georgia. So I don't know if you guys love golf or not, but the Masters is in Augusta, Georgia. So hey, thanks you, Evidio. Thanks you, thank you, Evidio. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for that 100 sats. Mana. Okay, I will take a look at Mana. Maybe you know, it's kind of getting late, so I'm just gonna you know, take a look at the top coins, because the market we about to see something very interesting, because you know, since the first, BTC is going up but altcoin are going down. So you know, BTC is going up, you know, since the first, right? That's the 1st of April, right? Altcoin just keep going down, so it is pretty interesting. So I say like give me 80 coins to take a look at. Let's take a look at Mana BTC. Guys, if you're new to the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, guys. Mana. Let's take a look at Mana. Same pattern, right? So, but Mana like was kind of lucky to get this big move to the upside before BTC moved to the upside, right? That was like you know, March 28th, right? But take a look at the pattern after this big move to the upside, right? We got this, you know, correction, right? Got this correction. So Mana is already back to this area before the breakout. So let's see how Mana gonna be performing, right? So we could be getting a big support from this area, right? So we could be getting a big support from this area. But just like the rest of the crypto, man, April 1st is very, very important. April 1st is very important in crypto now. So either, you know, we're gonna get a big support from this area, or we're just gonna, you know, break down and then move further down. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how BTC is going to be performing. Let's go back to BTC on Binance. Let's take a look at the lower time frame. All right. You see, when we started the live stream, I told you guys BTC gonna be making a double bottom just about this area. That was just about 45 minutes ago, I think. I don't even know last time. I mean, what time we started the live stream. But you see, we almost got a double bottom just about this area, right? So, but I'm looking, price is making a double bottom. RSI is still like moving to the upside. So I think BTC has like, you know, some more momentum to go to the upside. So if let's say we go back to the daily time frame, let's take a look at the daily time frame and then the RSI. It is pretty interesting. So this candle is pretty engulfing, right? This red candle. So, but you take a look at the RSI. The RSI is, you know, moving to the downside. Price is also moving to the downside, right? RSI made a high, like I said previously, right? RSI is making a high, right? And then was making a high. It's not making it anymore. And price was also making some high, right? So no divergence. So we still don't have any divergence, right? So, and then price is making now some RSI is making some lower highs just about this area. You go back to price, right? Price is changing direction, right? So we don't have any divergence, right? We do not have any divergence. So what I'm expecting for BTC to do, I'm expecting BTC to continue making some high highs. That's what I'm expecting, right? And RSI gonna attempt to make this move just like that, but it's gonna fail, right? Because the RSI gonna be too weak to follow the price now, right? And then we're gonna get this divergence. That's what I'm looking for. Most of these, not these altcoin, but for BTC to do, right? Now we're gonna make this divergence, right? And then price gonna keep going up, right? And then RSI gonna, you know, get some resistance just like that, and then everybody gonna be calling for this divergence, right? So everybody gonna be like, oh, RSI is getting weaker and weaker, but price is getting stronger and stronger, and then we're gonna hit 6K, right? But in order to get to 6K, altcoin has to turn bullish and then support BTC, because I don't think BTC gonna make it, you know, to 6K by itself. Altcoin has to turn bullish. So altcoin has to turn bullish, and maybe BTC gonna come back down and get a support from this you know, 20 EMA, hopefully, right? This 20 EMA most likely gonna be moving very fast the next couple of days, right? So you gotta think about it. That's it's only like the last 20 days were, you know, very bullish, right? So we got 10 here, so most likely we're gonna be eliminating these two just about this area. So it's gonna be moving very fast. So it's going to be moving very fast. We're gonna get some support, guys. We're gonna get some support just about 47 to 48. That's all. All right, guys, make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you're new to the content, you know, so you can support the channel and then support the content, right? So you gotta remember, we're in it together, right? So I know most of you guys can do what I'm doing, but you know, most of you guys don't have the time. So probably too busy, or you know, don't want to share your knowledge. But most of you guys can even like do TA better than I do. I know that. So, but let's go ahead and talk about another coin. We already talked about Aion. Let's talk about MCO. I think somebody mentioned about MCO the other day, and then we're gonna go back to a report, right? XRP and ADA, MCO, BTC. MCO. All right, we take a look at MCO, right? I think that's what I said last time. So I can't even remember when was it. Somebody mentioned it, so I don't know if he's in the chat room or not. So you see, that's exactly what I drew. That was like a couple of days ago. I can't even remember when was it. So starting on the 28th, and then the first breakdown to the downside, right? Of course, breakdown to the downside, right? Break to the downside. Now it is making a sideways correction. Let's see if MCO, right? Because I'm looking for a coin that gonna give me a pattern for reversal. That's what I'm looking for. let's see if that's exactly what I drew, right? Let's see. I can't even remember. I don't know if somebody mentioned MCO or not. I don't know who that was. So I don't think it's Andrea, but I know it's somebody, right? Hey, what's up, Ovidio? Thank you for joining the Telegram group. So I said, like, you know, MCO could be making this inverse head and shoulder, a push to the downside, you know, fake out, and then another push to the upside. So exactly that's what it is doing, right? I just mentioned MCO, you know, for some reason. That was just a random coin. So basically, let's see if MCO going to be able to get back to this area, right? Just like Nano and Tron, right? And if like the breakout is successful, we can expect the rest of the crypto to make the same pattern. But we just gonna have to watch MCO like very carefully. So just remind me on my next live stream to take a look at MCO, because I might forget, because it's not on my you know, watch list. So MCO, I might add it to my watch list just to see what is it gonna do, because the bottom formation just about this area of let's say 200 EMA, it is pretty strong. So, and then you already got your left and right shoulder, a, you know, break to the downside, just like a XRP, a big support from this area of 200 EMA. So most likely we can get back to this area, right, of April 1st, and then last week of March, first week of April. So it is not making like an ABC correction just like the rest of the crypto, right? So some of them, they make this move, that move, and that move, just like OneChain. But MCO is not making it. So it is pretty strange, right? It is pretty strange. Ovidio. All right. Let's go ahead and I think somebody mentioned MFT last time. MFT, BTC, Mainframe. Okay, Mainframe. Let's see what we talk. You see, take a look at Mainframe, right? Exactly same pattern, right? Exactly same pattern. April 1st, right? To the downside, a nice ABC correction. So we gotta keep an eye on these coins to see like what type of a reversal pattern they're gonna do. As soon as we get a reversal pattern, we most likely, you know, can project where we're going. But as long as we don't have a reversal pattern, it's gonna be hard for us to say we're going like altcoin gonna be going to the upside. But we gotta get a reversal pattern. Our side double bottomed, right? Just about this area, right? It pushed to the upside, come back down. Another push to the upside. No, looking great. So it is looking great. MCO is looking great. MFT, sorry, not MCO. MFT is looking great, at least for the short term, right? So big move to the upside from first week of January, right? So it is basically a correction. This entire move is just a correction. So it is just a correction, a retest of the bottom. We could be, you know, anticipating a big move to the upside, right? A break to the downside, we just have to wait to see like how low we're gonna drop, because we got a previous low just about this area. It could be a fake out, right? So I'm pretty bullish on altcoin. I just gotta find the pattern of reversal, the reversal pattern. That's all we need to find, right? Because when I was telling you like OneChain, ICX, you know, all of them, they're gonna move to the upside, you know, because I had a pattern for those coins to move to the upside, right? So, and then they went up to, you know, they went up like on average like, you know, 40-50% to the upside, you know, including XLM. So but this time is pretty critical, all of them making the same move at the same time, you know, in a 1 week period, 10 days period. All the alt, any alt you can mention, right? We can take a look at it the last 7 days, any alt you can mention, right? Hey, what's up, Strengths? I'll give you a shout out on pretty Hey, thanks a lot, Strengths. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for the shout out, man. We gotta grow our community. You gotta remember, right? The crypto community is not big, right? It's not big at all, guys. We gotta share and then you know, give shout out to each others, and then you know, so we can grow our community. So you gotta think about it. We cannot drive the market, you know, You know, we cannot drive BTC like to a 500,000, you know, something like that, you know, with 25 million, you know, trading and buying BTC. We need more than like, you know, over 1 billion people, you know, buying and selling, you know, cryptocurrency. You know, it's going to be beneficial for all of, you know, all of us, not just me or not just you. So because you got to think about it, right? So, you know, BTC was a penny, now it's like you know, over 5K. So it's not gonna stay at 5K forever. It's not gonna go back to penny. So it's not gonna go back to a penny, right? So we gotta drive the price to the upside. We gotta buy these cryptos, we gotta sell these cryptos. People gotta be using it on their day-to-day life. So, you know, we're gonna get some more volatility, right? But if, you know, we just want to stay and watch each other's and stuff like that, it's not gonna go up. You know what I mean? So I don't have to go through it. So let's go ahead and talk about Holo. Somebody mentioned Holo last time. Holo. Hey guys, let me know also if you want me to go back to my, you know, altcoin daily update, so I can and then a BTC price update for those 18-20 minutes, so I can go back to that also. So, and then we're gonna be Holo. Let's see, I think it's hot BTC. Yeah, hot BTC, not Holo. Hey, what's up, Corey? You take a look at Holo. You know, Holo is pretty you know, pretty strange also. Let's see, it's not making the same pattern. It is making a double bottom like we talked about last time, right? So let's see, it is making a double bottom. So, and then I think we said we were waiting for a reversal since we at the 0.618. Let's see, I think we were at 0.618. Yeah, we were at 0.618, right? So I said, like, if 0.618 doesn't hold, we have to take a look at you know, 0.786, right? Which is just about like 18 sats. So 18 sats. So for Holo, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at Genesis Vision, because it has a beautiful chart, but it just messed up all that pattern for some reason. Remove everything. Nope, don't remove everything. So you take a look at Genesis Vision, right? So I think I will remember. Let me just remove this. So a break to the downside, get back. We were just about this area at the end of the triangle, right? At the end of the triangle and ready to break out, but take a look at a break to the downside, right? So a break to the downside, just like the rest of the crypto, but Genesis Vision is just about this area, completely oversold, right? So you can see it completely oversold. So, you know, it's almost like, let's say 20% down, right? It's almost like 30% down, guys. 30% down. Some of these crypto, they're already down 30% just in a week. Just in a week. That, I mean, I think that's a good sign, you know, for a reversal. But we have to get a reversal sign at least, right? So we're not getting any divergence at all. We're not getting any divergence. So let's see. You know, our side is moving to the downside. Also, we're not getting any divergence. So our side is moving to the downside. So we could be expecting, at least from Genesis Vision, you know, a push to the upside, right? At least for the short term. Hopefully, you know, we're not gonna get this type of move to the downside, this falling wedge, right? We could, but you know, hopefully we're not gonna get this falling wedge. So, right, we're not gonna get this falling wedge before a reversal. We could, but I'm not anticipating it. But you know, just keep that in mind, right? We could get this falling wedge, because this pattern seems like a falling wedge pattern. You know, a formation of a falling wedge, right? Just like that, and then a big move to the upside. And then it could last forever, right? It's going to be a long pattern. It's going to be a long pattern. So, but let's hope not, right? So the RSI is completely, you know, oversold. So let's see if Genesis Vision going to make a big move to the upside. So the RSI going to get out this way, come back down, make a V shape before it push to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term. So, all right. let's go ahead and talk about XRP. I know some of you guys pretty just got into the chat room. XRP, BTC. Excuse me. XRP, BTC on Binance. You know, we just get back to this area of support. You know, we got this support like, you know, started like since like December 1st, December 1st, 2017, right? So it is a pretty good historical support line, right? So, and then plus a divergence, it is a good sign, man. We just got a good sign from XRP now. Got a good sign, a nice divergence. This divergence could be a horizontal divergence. Let's see, because we could still be dropping to the downside, right? And retest 6,000. Okay, so we could expect like also, at least for the short term, right, to make a double bottom instead of this incline slope. We could come back down and then make this double bottom, right? And then our price gonna break this area, you know, and then we're gonna make another move to the upside, at least for the short term. Let's see, let me just remove this, right? We could be making this move, right, and then another push to the downside before a very big reversal. So that's very possible from XRP, but we got to an area of a historical low, not historical low, but this trend line, like, you know, started from this area of December 1st. It's not historical low, but you know, over the last almost 2 years, right? I mean a year and a half, not 2 years. So December 1st, 2017. It's not 2 years yet. So, but XRP, you know, it is pretty bearish, but we gotta get a sign of reversal. You know, we don't have any yet. So we don't have any yet. I would love to see a sign of reversal on the weekly time frame, right? On the weekly time frame, not on the daily time frame. So the weekly time frame holding strong. It is still holding strong, right? We're not still at 6,000. We're not at 6,000 yet, right? So we just broke 6,500. That's not a good sign. We just broke 6,500. So, but we have to hold strong above our 6,100, just about this area, right? 6,100 on the weekly time frame, right? 6,100 next target. So a big checkout before the next bull run. I think we're already in a bull run, guys. I think market is just correcting, but I think we're on a bull run. The spring gonna look beautiful, guys. You gotta remember, right? We've been like, the market been getting a big run the last, like, let's say since like what, almost the whole year, right? Most of the crypto, you know, they've been up, you know, 40, 60, you know, 70%. Yeah, all of a sudden we're down like the first quarter versus BTC, and then you know, everybody gonna think like we're not on a uptrend. So we're on a uptrend. BTC on a uptrend, right? BTC USD. BTC is on a uptrend. Let's take a look at it. That's the uptrend. We don't have any sign of reversal yet. We don't. Just because we're down like, you know, the last 12 hours doesn't mean like, you know, we about to come back down to 3K, right? So just because we're down like 5%, and everybody gonna be panicking. So it's not even much, man. It's only 5% in 12 hours. Most likely, you know, it's not gonna be 20% the next 12 hours. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. It is a good thing to be down the first 12 hours. So the next 12 hours BTC most likely gonna give us some sign of reversal. So let's go to the lower time frame. ZILLIQA. So you see BTC is on the lower time frame, right? You see this pattern just about this area. That's the same pattern you know, the rest of the crypto is making, right? Starting the first, a push to the downside, another push to the downside, right? A double bottom. So if BTC is able to make this move, I'm pretty sure, right, altcoin gonna be be able to make this move on a daily time frame. You gotta think about it. Altcoin, you know, move much faster than BTC. So let me give you another chance to take a look at this pattern, right? So you remember on the 1st of April, right, altcoin started to push to the downside, right? You know, and then if some of them, they made a flag, right? They didn't even get the chance to get another reversal, do like 50% reversal. They just making a flag just like that, and a flag, it pushed to the downside. But you take a look at BTC, right? BTC pushed to the downside. I was live, right? This move, I was live, and I said like BTC gonna be moving sideways. It pushed to the downside, make this move. You can go back, watch that video. That's exactly what I said. So I'm pretty bullish on BTC, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. And when I started the live stream, I said like we're gonna make a double bottom, just about this area, right? We're gonna make a double bottom, and then we're gonna attempt to get back to this area. So it's not gonna be easy, man. It's not gonna be an easy ride to the downside. But let's just wait and see if a BTC gonna be able to break this area of support, like 5100 exactly at 5100, and then and 5100 is also the weekly, like the 7-day weekly moving average. So reason why I said like BTC is moving on a weekly basis, right? So you take a look at the, I'm gonna talk about this the hourly time frame again, but let's go take a look at the 7-day EMA, right? Take a look at 7 days, because Binance, how I know, like how like I'm familiar with the 7 days EMA because the Binance app has it in default. The default EMA is 7 and 25, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Binance app or not, but it's 25. I think 25, 7, 25 and 100, right? So it's automatic. You cannot change it. So it is pretty important. So you gotta pay attention to those EMAs also. You see, it is exactly at 7 EMA. So BTC is moving at a weekly basis. I keep saying it. We got a big support, right, from this weekly moving average, right? 7 days moving average. So exponential moving average, right? So it's not a coincidence, guys. It is exactly at a 5100. Let's say 5098. You can round it up though. And last time we got a support from the 50 EMA was just about this area, right? Not the 50 EMA, but the 7 EMA, right? You see the 7 EMA was, supporting the price all the way up to this area, right? This drop, we got a support from a 50 EMA, just about this area. We got a support from the 50 EMA, just about this area, right? On the daily time frame, we got a support, and I say like BTC gonna get support from the 50 EMA, gonna be moving sideways, and then we're gonna retest this area, a possible break to the downside and then move to the upside. That was, when I say that, it was like February 22nd. February 22nd, guys. We pushed to the upside, pushed to the downside, sideways, another push. So pay attention to the weekly 7 EMAs also. I don't talk about it much, but it's something I do like in on the side. I take a look at it on the side. I just don't talk about it much. But we got exactly at 50 EMA. You take a look at it. It's not a coincidence, guys. It is not a coincidence. Take a look at it, right? Exactly at 50 EMA. So let's go back to the hourly time frame, because the hourly time frame is pretty interesting, right? I'm gonna go to ZILLIQA, so give me a second. You take a look at the hourly time frame, right? It is making, are you familiar with this move? I just talked about it, right? The rest of the crypto is making this move, right? This pattern just about this area, right? Is making this move. So I'm waiting for the crypto, not the crypto, but the altcoin, right, to make this double move on the daily time frame. So hopefully they're gonna make a double move, or if not, a push to the upside, right? So, but if BTC like get back to this area of let's say that was yesterday, just about 12 hours ago. If BTC gets back to this area and then push to the upside, you can expect like altcoin, to push back, right? And then and then we're gonna complete that move to the downside and another push to the upside. So let's just take a look at Genesis Vision, because I think we recently talked about GVT. GBT got the same pattern, right? Daily. You see the pattern right here, right? Let me just give you a clean chart. That's the same pattern BTC just made on the hourly time frame, right? So push to the downside, right? And this move. So let's just hope, like, you know, Genesis Vision gonna make another move, push to the downside and be able to make a double bottom. So it's gonna take a couple of days. It's not gonna be quick, but all of a sudden you're gonna see like a big reversal on altcoin. So, but I'm looking for this double bottom on altcoin. Genesis Vision is already like completely you know, oversold, right? So couldn't make a divergence. So let's see if it's gonna be able to break to the upside, just like that, and then move to the upside. So it's gonna take a couple of days, maybe like Monday or so. Hopefully, you know, the rest of the week we're gonna be moving sideways to get like corrective move, a corrective structure, not corrective move, a corrective structure before it push to the upside. 3.5K is still in the game. I mean, even 0 is still in the game. I'm just joking, but but you know, I don't see 3.5K anytime soon. It could, but I don't see it. I don't see 3.5K. Let's go ahead and talk about ZILLIQA. But we have to get to 4,700. You gotta remember, guys, we were just like 3.5K like a couple weeks ago. It's not like much, right? So people asking for 3.5K is like it's not like you know, 3.5K was like 6 months ago. It was just like a couple weeks ago, right? So the crypto space is moving so fast. People don't tend to remember like 10 days ago, like what happened like 10 days ago, right? Because you gotta remember, 10 days ago, BTC was 3,800, right? And then nobody wouldn't believe like we're gonna get to 5,400. So nobody wouldn't believe. If you said it, I said it somewhere, and then that I commented on a Chico Crypto video when Chico like was saying like BTC about to go bullish. I said like on his, I commented and I said, you know, as soon as we break 4,200, you know, we are gonna hit like 51 to 500. 5100 to 5300, right? And somebody say, oh, you stupid, you retarded. I was like, okay. And I hope you still think I'm retarded. So, but you take a look at the ZILLIQA, right? Same pattern, April 1st, right? Push to the downside, attempted to push to the upside, right? ZILLIQA was one of the first coin to make this move, but I was sleeping because I didn't know, like, honestly, I didn't know like the rest of the crypto were gonna make this move. So I was waiting for ZILLIQA to get back to this area, but ZILLIQA just break down. So, but ZILLIQA was the first, one of the first coin, right? You can see that was when April 6th, right? So even like I think Tron made that move like on the 8th or something like that, 2 days later, 3 days later. So, but ZILLIQA made this move at like, that was the top. I was watching this move live, right? It was like 6:30, 5:31, I think. 5:31, right? Not 6:31. Now we just about like below 400. It's not good. Okay, the low was like 399. So let's see how what type of extension we got. It's not even an extension. It's just a drop to the downside. But you could still say like I say, it is a nice move, right? So not a nice move, but you know what I mean. So it is still like a, you know, a big sell off to the downside. So I don't know, I'm not from India. I don't know what's the India favorite coins. So I wish I knew. So all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, and then you know, hopefully we're gonna get some sign of reversal very shortly. The market could turn very bullish shortly, but we're gonna get some sign of a sign of reversal, right? So but like I said about ZILLIQA, you know, I'm pretty bullish on ZILLIQA. I've been talking about ZILLIQA, you know, the last 8 weeks, right? So ZILLIQA, NEBLIO, Dash, ZILLIQA, NEBLIO, Dash, Ethereum Classic, they got the same pattern. Ethereum Classic went up 60% in one week. So you know, ZILLIQA just decided to break this area, you know, of support. But we're just gonna have to wait and see like what type of bottom formation ZILLIQA gonna be making. It is a nice move. You could be anticipating a very aggressive move on the downside. You could be, because you got your inverse head and shoulder, right? Not inverse, but your head and shoulder just about this area, right? So we break to the downside. So what do you expect, right? If you want to be bearish, right? I'm not bearish on ZILLIQA, but if you want to be bearish, at least for the short term, right? You could be anticipating, let's say you said, I'm not going to buy ZILLIQA until we finish up this extension, right? You would be buying at, you would be waiting for the price to get to 85 sats, right? 85, so which is just like, you know, almost 66%, right? 75% drop, right? So versus BTC. So thank you, Purity. I know, right? We're almost at the end of the live stream. What's your time zone, Purity? Let's see. ZILLIQA is pretty I mean, you can say it's, I mean, if you want to be bearish, you're thinking like BTC gonna go to $1,000, you could be trying to catch it like ZILLIQA at 85. I mean, but you're gonna be waiting forever, right? Gonna be waiting forever, because the market, you know, altcoin not going to be dropping like you know, 85% versus BTC like in 3 months or so. It's not. It might be like another like you know, like at least 12 to you know, 15 months for altcoin to drop like even 50%, you know, versus BTC, or like 75% versus BTC. So they can be dropping like 35-40%, but they're gonna be rebounding, so it's not gonna be a straight drop like in 85-90% drop versus BTC in 3 months. I don't see that happening, so it doesn't make any sense. So all right, David. So all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. I'm pretty exhausted. Gotta take a break. I'm gonna talk to you guys like in the next 12 hours. Most of you guys don't have the same time zone, so on my next live stream, most likely I'm not gonna be seeing you. So, but make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you find the content useful. Also, like you got my Telegram group under the description, so if you wanna join the Telegram group sometime, I can notify you before I go live. So Switzerland, all right, yeah, you speak French then. Comment allez-vous? All right, Purity. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. I mean, good day.